Welcome back, everyone. Today we got round 3 at WildCardCyclone. On the left, we have Z playing Diva Hero, and on the right, we have Marcos playing Geartown Gravekeepers.
Yeah, I saw him just search that bubble, man, and I knew it's gonna be a cooked. Z's always cooking. Yeah, he showed to the camera. So yeah, it's me, Marcos, here with Declan, and yeah, we're just gonna play this really cool matchup. I think it's actually a pretty good matchup for Geartown Gravekeepers because Necro Valley just shuts off so many different cards, Malicious, Miracle Fusion. Like it's such an insanely good card into this going into this.
Yep, you're going to search for it right off the bat, and Z's going to say, okay, how does this actually wreck my deck?
Yeah, he just wants to make sure. He's like, it only matters if I target, right? I was like, I don't like that's one effect. You can't target cards in the graveyard, and then the second effect, the separate second effect, is that you can't banish period cards from the graveyard, regardless if they target. So like Miracle Fusion's dead, Malicious is dead. I was just telling him that, but you could still Plague Spreader. You could still Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, like because it doesn't target. So yeah, I just set a couple cards and I Royal Tribute. I show I have all the Necro Valleys. And then I
Oh
roll tribute him
my
for 4, which
gosh.
is pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. But this is a rough one. Like it's already a nice little road tribute opening there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. No, can't even use the Malicious. You already said that. So no value. Can't use Miracle Fusion. So no value off the heroes and waters being engraved. And he does. Wait, why did he show you the Miracle?
Oh, because he never showed me his hand. So
I see.
he discarded 4 cards, but he didn't show me the other card he didn't discard, which was Miracle. So
Yep,
anyway,
so we know it's dead. That's very
so,
nice.
So he asks for Prio. I say no Prio. You should probably never use Prio a lot of the time because if they, depending, like here I decided because I need to pop this Stratos that I do use Prio. But if you don't need to pop a monster specifically, it's better to like not use Prio and keep your spy alive still. And here I just upstart, draw a card. I set another field spell, which kind of tells you one thing. The bottomless is gone, so I feel pretty safe to just start swanging in with big boy. We love big boy.
And then they're obviously gonna activate the Necro Valley in main 2 to turn off the Miracle Fusion. Very nice.
Oof, he has to MST it. And now he just goes Mally. He tells me, he's like, I just don't want to draw it. And I don't know if you're like, he knows I have Necro Valley, so he doesn't want to have to like turn it off again. He just did everything he can. Got the Miracle, it's live because of the Bubble Man that he searched. Summons out the Ab-Zero in defense. He's pretty afraid of it. Activate the third Necro Valley. Lose my Galvatron, set a card, and just pass.
So this is a pretty close game, despite the royal tribute at the beginning. Oh,
so this makes it a little bit more close than it needed to be. But at that point, we were kind of neutral, so I was like, "F it, I'm gonna set a monster and just like get value off of this and just start setting." And then I rolled tribute again, which is actually crazy.
Oh my goodness!
So he has brain control, he has future fusion, torrential. Yeah, I rolled tribute him twice, which is insane. And then activate. I showed that I have Gravekeeper Stele, and I use it. So then I add back these 2 Gravekeeper monsters, and we're chilling, dude. This feels pretty freaking strong, in my opinion.
Shout out to chillin', dude, in the Smash community.
Yeah. So he's just like, damn, I cannot believe I got on camera hit by that twice, which is like insane. So here he just future fusions. He's just like, I think he just at this. I was like, you have more heroes? Like he's lost so many cards, but yeah, he has one more hero, and then he sends the Gilman to the grave.
Marco's staying on top of Z, putting that grave to the side. Thank you very much.
Someone's got to do it. He has the Caius though. The Caius is rough here because I'm kind of like, I don't want to lose this card, so but I do have no choice. So yeah, I just let it happen. I have a spy in hand. I just bottomless I bottomless him.
And for reference, Marcos's life is on the left and Z's life is on the right. For those, yeah, locked in.
Terraforming for Geartown. Oh, my life points on the left. Oh man, I messed it up. I messed up the life points. Yeah, I goofed. I done
No,
goofed.
you but
Sorry.
you I've been watching you. You've been keeping track of it right. Like you've been subtracting your own from the left and at and Z's from the right. So
Oh no,
um,
because I think that I think I messed up later. I'm not gonna lie.
all right, we'll see if it matters. We'll see if it
Yeah, because
matters.
okay, no, so I do half it, so 35. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I'm pretty sure that it should
yeah,
be the other way
yeah.
around,
No,
but
no,
we'll
it keeps
we'll
working.
edit in
It
post.
keeps no, it keeps working. No, no, it keeps working though. Like I actually am consistently hitting the right ones. Here, I decided I can go for game here, so I give rid of my own Necro Valley. I just don't want to have to deal with this future fusion. I have these two set cards that I had set earlier from Road Tribute because I didn't want to like show them what they were. And here is a huge error in terms of a ruling, and this is my own fault, an error of my own mistake. I summon out the Commandant, and then now I'm like, this is enough for game, so I'm gonna attack, right? Or I don't attack. I use Descend's effect first because I'm afraid of Mirror Force because he doesn't have Mirror Force. I target this card, so it's Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, return from different dimensions. So here he summons out these cards, and Stratos actually shouldn't get its effect because it would miss timing. But I forget about that ruling, and I'm like, I'm telling him like I'm pretty sure it's not how it works. But I was like, maybe I'm wrong. So I make him pay half. He's at 3,000, and it ends up popping my two cards. And it actually matters because he's at 3,000 now, right? And I had brain control set, so I could have brain controlled any one of his monsters that Morphing Jar can't run over, and like at least swing for like or attempt to swing for game. Actually, I don't think Morphing Jar can run over any of them. What's the defensive
You can run
malicious?
over Stratos, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Stratos only has
it was
300.
game. It was game because I could have just brained like anything else, and then it was game. So that yeah, we'll see if that matters. But and then later we actually like after like I'm in my head I'm like kind of like thinking about it the whole time like because I'm like trying to recall like if the situation happened to me, and it did. I recall a situation where the same thing happened. Someone like heavy stormed, I chained, returned from a different dimension, and then used its effect and try to get Kuraz's effect, and like it would have mattered. So I was just so yeah, here I'm explaining it to Z like, oh wait, that yeah, so those two cards like should have stayed. And so like he agrees, so then I'm able to just put them back. So
Yeah,
we
so
can like
even
so
though
we
you
can
repair the game state, it still is unfortunate that you missed out on
yeah,
game.
yeah, it's 100% gonna matter here. Like because I'm explaining to him how the chain links work, and when we resolve it backwards, return resolve, then Descendants effect resolve which wouldn't allow Stratos to get its effect. So yeah, so the cards are back, but he brain controls, and look what he draws. He draws into a Diva. And then he's able to essentially fully synchro up into, I forget what he synchros up into here, but he
Yeah,
knows what
because
my
he has
back.
nothing in hand, so let's
Yeah,
see
but
what he.
he eventually makes Colossal Fighter. He's just like he wants to show it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna first make Goyo, and then sync off the Goyo to make Colossal. Then Colossal's huge. Colossal's like 3,200. We count. I think there's like 4 warriors total. So yeah, and I can't really out at this point. Like I'm out of gas. You know, I kind of used all my Geartown stuff. I've used almost all my like spies and like both the sensor and graves. I think I only run 1 stele, so I have to like pray that I find like a mirror force or something. But yeah, I'm now losing, and I minus the wrong the wrong side, but it ultimately doesn't matter at all. So yeah, so that big misplay. So understand your rulings, people in the comments. You should know your rulings, and and sometimes it matters. So yeah, and he has miracle, so it's just curtains at this point. He knows what my back rows are. I can't even activate brain control. I'm out of brain control range. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate. What I
Yep,
should have,
and then
yeah, and I definitely should have put Morphing Jar in defense, because I think if I just also put Morphing Jar in defense, I would have lived and had the brain control play still. So, you know, a lot of
oh
different things,
yeah,
I could have done differently, but I'm able to Geartown, but it doesn't matter. So we go to game 2. From here on out, there's no more misplays. There's one small misplay. I forget to activate Necro Valley here. And then I just tell Z, he's like, Z, you owe me one, and then he lets me activate it. So we're even after this. So so yeah, Geartown, Necro. It's a lot of gas here. So I go
Another reason I love this engine is not only is it just gas, you know, and extenders that get you big monsters, but it's also like deck thinning. Like you've thinned out your deck, you know, with the commandants and the terraforming, so the rest of your deck is just going to be more consistent. It lets you see the what's that card called? Royal Tribute more frequently. It's a good concept.
So yeah, here I passed my turn, right? But the Necro Valley is still set, and I go like, Z, you owe me one. I'm activating this Necro Valley. And he's like, agree. Okay, cool. Then we're even. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just really because I'm
locals fairness.
that's the locals. We live in a locals world. So yeah, here I'm telling him about it. Like, yo, I meant to activate this. Cool. He agrees. We're chilling. Now we're even. We hand like we're buddies. It's great. But then it ends up making him make a. He's like, oh, cool. He thought it was a Geartown, so he wasn't gonna pop it with so. So he didn't pop it, but now he's like, okay, for sure, I'm gonna pop that with this breaker. So it worked out in the end. It's funny.
That's good.
But he sets one back row, and here I'm just like super nervous as to what that back row could be. So, but this is like 6,000 on the board for sure. There's nothing that can stop it. So I'm just like attacking.
So that's gonna be 4,400 damage. Massive.
Then I swing the morphing jar, and he torrentials, and I was like, that's like the worst possible scenario. And I upstart him. So yeah, that was a massive torrential, because like, if it wasn't torrential, that was going to be an insane position I was in there. But unfortunately, not what I wanted to see. But I do see a lot of traps and stuff, so that's pretty good.
Damn, and yeah, looking at his hand, he didn't have anything. Like in retrospect, maybe not flipping that morphing jar and playing into the torrential there.
But he was gonna activate torrential no matter what, like by summoning his own guy. Like
that's very true.
Like I was losing everything no matter what. It just was a matter of when.
Okay, yeah, because you drew into the solemn, yeah, so you didn't have that.
Yeah, I had no outs to that. So, but yeah, I solemn the Caius because I don't have any monsters, and I'm just like, I don't want to start losing to just the Caius attack. I summon this Krebins and I start swanging. Yeah, so Krebins, a really good card. He does tornadoes in end phase. It hits my MST that I just set, but it's fine. It's a nice neutral trade. I just keep swinging. He keeps letting it happen. This Krebins is putting in work.
Yep, he's on a 2-turn clock now. Just sets another back row.
And now he's at 1,000. So if I didn't upstart him, I mean, obviously I had no choice. I was gonna upstart, but like he's at that upstart matters sometimes, you know. Summons Diva out, and here I'm just gonna bottomless the Skillman. I don't even want to give him a chance to attack and make me pay 800. I'm pretty low on life, and he has to solemn it. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. He's at 500 life. He mind controls the Krebins, which is like, oh, so rough. Then he has his own E-Telly. But he gets a little too greedy, I think. I think he should have just started synchroing. I had the torrential tribute the whole time.
Wow. That's a blowout.
But he has a miracle! Dude, there's so many different cards he has. That's what happens. Morphing Jar is like a double-edged sword for that reason. You just give them so much more cards. But I have the second bottomless, so that's great. Able to completely play out of that and just hope and pray I can swing for 500 attack. Any monster would do it. I set one and pass.
Yeah, Diva Hero is already the like one of broken deck where it plays like every single broken one of you can think of, and now it has E-Telly in it too, where it's just another broken one of.
Okay, yeah, I think I drew the spy, and here he asks priority. I say no pro, which is important because if I proud there, I just lose both my monsters for no reason. I just try to go for a game here. He has a Wing Blast, and he had that for a while, and he's like regretting not using it on the Krebins earlier, but it happens, you know. You can't know. You hope you're gonna out the Krebins eventually, right? And then I just, I just summon this spy and attack. It's just a set heavy. So now we're going to game 3. And let's see how this goes. He's going first this time. Got the Diva opener. Diva opening into like Android is like kind of annoying because Android just gives you so much life.
Yeah, it really forces you to interact with your opponent in the early stages of the game where you might want to like set a spy or something, but if you just kind of play it slow, I mean, I don't know, setting spy would still be good here, but like if you play it slow, they're just gonna gain, 1800,
Yeah,
1200 life. That just is never good.
yeah, and I made him gain 600 early, so I didn't forget. And then also, you notice he allured the Mally away, so that tells me he probably drew the second Mally, which is unfortunate. It happens though. The biggest downside of DV Hero, I just set everything in pass. Kind of hoping he doesn't have a way to like out anything on my board, but he has the mind control. And
Ooh.
here I make a kind of a big misplay. I have a Solemn Judgment set here, and I kind of need this spy to like live and get through, but I kind of I just don't for some reason. I don't negate that.
Yeah, that feels really bad. Like you don't know if he has Caius or some other way to deal with your stuff, but maybe yeah, you need it to rock
Yeah, especially
because
because he had a conversion. He had a conversion with Plague, and that's rough, dude. It's rough. And now I'm like, this is like the part that sucks. I'm kind of forced to have to deal with like this Goyo because like that's just so much raw damage that I can't stop. Yeah, so I definitely probably should have just solemned. And the reason why I think I should have solemned the mind control is that I would have rather just had like defense for a while. Like now I'm at 1600 life and he's gaining 600. Yeah, he gains it again right here. But I do have a set Geartown, so like I just oh yeah, see like especially because I drew this command this Ascendant, like it would have been so much better to have like anything else. But I have this E-Telly set. So into 2 back row, I literally like he's over here like Goyle me. I'm like, you know what? No fear. I'm already in a really losing position at this point. Like
damn, he put the android on your side. So if he has a trap, then that's some that's some mind gamey
no, that's
stuff.
why. And I was like, nah, I have a read that F it. Like you don't got it. You don't got it, bro. You don't got anything. Nothing happened, so I was like, yeah, I gain 600 too, which is huge. I set a back row, able to pass. I literally just need any freaking like field spell, dude, to like start actually cooking here. But he has to top deck with his own Plague, tribute for Caius, run over his own android, and that's oh, look at that. I have 2 cards. Any field spell though puts me back in the game here because those back row have not stopped a Goyo. It hasn't stopped anything. And I drew the
The
Gadgetron.
Gadgetron. See, I don't know
Yeah.
how many Geartown decks you played, Marcos, but having played the Mausoleum Frog deck for a while, I know the feeling of just top decking Gadgetron and feeling like it's over.
Okay, so I finally draw a field spell, but he has a new set, and that new set, like I'm so afraid, like that new set better not be bottomless, like because otherwise I can get through. I can come back here, like I can win this. Please, give me a chance. So he goes Geartown effect. Come on, one time for the one time, no bottomless. I swing, it works out. I'm like, okay, we're actually not completely out, but he has a lot of top decks that can deal with so many top decks that can get rid of my entire field here, and he has a wing blast the whole time. So rough,
Well,
rough.
GG's, unfortunate error in game 1, but yeah, know your rulings, everybody. Make sure to check them.
Yeah, you got to know them rulings. GG's.